guys, welcome to the new podcast. I think we're going to try something new for this one. My name is Isaiah Trujillo. I am just a regular English lit student trying to look at some fallacies throughout media. Here's my group right here. We're going to go from left all the way to right and explain ourselves, our names, and kind of what we do.
I'm Liam Rasmussen. I'm a student of computer science.
I'm Michael. I'm a student of HR.
I'm Paige. I have a English degree.
English degree, that's going to be very important for this one right here because we're going to be looking at a lot of ads today, actually. And we're going to be going over some logical fallacies, basically. One of my favorite topics, I actually like. We're going to go through each logical fallacy, one per episode. It's going to be about 5 minutes, which we're going to shoot for right there. And what we're going to do is going to play a clip, and then we're going to kind of all trying to guess what kind of fallacy it is. Then we'll explain it, and we'll go over into a little deeper detail, maybe throw in an extra example or two over there. But I think I'm about ready. How you guys feeling?
Let's get rolling.
Get rolling?
Get rolling.
Get rolling, Paige?
Get rolling.
All right. I think we're all excited to try and get into this investigation. I think we're all just really ready for it. So,
Pumped.
all right, yeah. I think let's get into the first episode. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast. We're going to be watching a clip from one of like an old show from about 2001. It is old. Sorry, guys. It is old. About the year I was born. It's going to be from a show called According to Jim. Just pull that up. I'll throw it on the clip. I'll throw the clip on for you guys later, so you guys be able to see that.
I'm the only good one.
Do you think you and Mommy did a good job raising me?
Of course we did.
Well, then you obviously taught me right from wrong.
True.
And you should trust me to do the right thing.
Wait.
Or you're a bad father. Take your pick.
Man, you're good.
That's the clip right there. This is one of my favorite ones from the entire presentation we're doing. Just because it's really dripping in that early 2000s sitcom kind of flair.
Definitely a vibe.
Drippy.
I do agree with that. So if we did kind of look at that, there was definitely a little bit of a fallacy in there. I don't know if you guys caught that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, it was...
Okay. I think you want to just go around the table and start thinking kind of what we saw over there in that clip.
Well, I'm kind of thinking it was a slippery slope because she kind of went from one point to another, almost as though they're dependent on each other.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Michael, what did you think of that clip? What did you think you saw?
I think it was ad hominem because she said you'd be a bad father.
Yeah. You know what? That's pretty true. She did say that. She said that you're either a terrible father, and that you didn't raise me right, or you have to let me do what I gotta do. Yeah. Paige, what'd you see?
I also saw kind of a little bit of the slippery slope argument as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can definitely see that in there.
What do you think, Isaiah?
Well, for me, I wrote this one down and I categorized it as the false dilemma. And the only reason I kind of said that is because she made that choice that's either or, right? Like, you're either on one extreme or you're on another. You're either with us or you're against us, That's what I kind of thought it was.
I can really see that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it comes from the primary case of her argument was trying to get him to admit either he's a good father and she can do whatever she wants to do. Or
Yeah.
there's the two choices.
Yeah, there's
the
that
bullying
definite
based upon.
split in the middle.
It's
Yeah.
a bullying kind of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True or false?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in there. I think we're running a little short on time for this podcast here, so we're gonna run just straight into the next little clip we got here. This is gonna be from Bush with his post-global war on terrorism speech. He was getting some criticism for it.
Oh.
So
Either you're with us, either you love freedom and with nations which embrace freedom, or you're with the enemy. There's no in between. You're either with us or you're with the enemy. That's clear. I will continue to make that clear.
He's definitely a character. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go around the table, take a wild guess on which that one was, which logical fallacy that was.
Yeah, you know, I think it's gonna have to be a false dilemma because his is very clear cut, one or another.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And he definitely had that really clear, precise speech pattern.
Very direct.
Really just cutting it. You're either with us or you're against us. You're friendly or you're with the enemy. You know.
I have to agree with Liam only, not Isaiah. With Liam. That is what
Oh, look at this. We got a guest appearance. It's my dog Cleo. What do you think? Thoughts on that?
I mean, that one was pretty clearly a false dilemma.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really.
This or this.
Didn't really hide
No
it
in
over
between,
there.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Do we think there was a way that he could have like better said that without using this dilemma? You know, maybe he didn't even mean it, right? Maybe it was like some completely accidental.
Well,
But-
President Bush wasn't really known for being an eloquent person.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to be a little bit more eloquent and subtle about, we're doing this, they attacked us, now either you can support it or you can't. It's your right as an American,
Yeah.
but we're going ahead with this. I think that could be a potential fix for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Michael?
Maybe you could have made it more like something like, we stand with people who support freedom, and if you don't support freedom, you are our enemy.
Exactly.
And added qualifiers to it.
A little bit more well-spoken of an approach.
Yeah, definitely more well spoken, not less cut and dry. Final question for this was: how do we think this this logical fallacy affected the audience? Right? Do you think it really rallied them up? Yeah, kind of.
Probably.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of very potent rhetoric being thrown around at that time.
Oh,
Post
yeah.
9/11.
That's true. Yeah.
We'd just gotten done with the war in Iraq. So, I mean, he was really just trying to do a more authoritarian kind of commanding presence, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he nailed with that and got his
Absolutely.
audience
Yeah.
riled up.
I do think it was very effective in the literary device he used.
And it was meant to be a call to action.
Absolutely, yeah. That was his main goal, and that's where the ad hominem, or I'm sorry, not the ad hominem, the false dilemma actually kind of came in there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it for about our first episode of this podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you in the next one. All right. Welcome back to the show, guys. Second podcast, second episode. Glad we could all make it here today.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, how you guys feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Feeling
All
good.
right. I think we could just get straight into this thing and start looking at these commercials. I have something special for us today, actually.
Oh,
This one might be a little bit on the nose, but I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. These are some of my favorite commercials. I watch these growing up all the time. They just made me laugh every time. They're just really silly. So we're just gonna pull this up, and then, like I said, we'll throw it on screen for you guys to watch as well.
When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I remember those commercials from back in the day.
Those ones, the good old DirecTV commercials, man. That was prime time television right there. I think that was kind of on the nose, but let's just go around the table and just think what is the thing we're looking for? What is the literary device? What's the logical fallacy?
I kind of think it's the dilemma one, because it was kind of either you have DirecTV or this is going to happen to you. I think that was pretty clear cut.
Might be.
What do you think?
What do you guys think?
It might be it could be a hasty generalization just because I didn't see much factual evidence backing up any of their claims. You know,
That's for sure.
like I don't think you will get chased just because you have an eye patch, and I think Marathon Halloween proved that.
You know what? That's funny, but it is Halloween. You know,
Mm.
it's one of those social events. What about you, Paige? What
I
are
think-
your input?
I was seeing some slippery slope
Mm-hmm.
because it's saying if you don't do this one thing, then this is gonna lead to all these bad
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I label this as slippery slope. It could be kind of seen as the other things you guys were saying, but I think it more generally just fits this because you start at one point and then, even though it is irrational, you guys are like, yeah, then you go blow off steam, you hit a rack, and then you get an eye patch and you get beat up. Don't get beat up.
Yeah.
Kind of just goes downhill from there.
That's why I don't play sports.
Yeah, that's fair. Sports are hard. So, do we think this was that kind of effective as like a fallacy device?
I think so. I think at the very minimum, it was certainly entertaining.
Oh yeah,
And it definitely caught your attention.
It did, yeah,
Yeah, it was marketing at the end of the day.
yeah.
You thought about these commercials and thinking of the slippery slope effect.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
Fallacy, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it was good marketing.
I think it was great marketing. What about you, Paige?
Yeah, especially with how over the top it is, I feel like it makes it really clear to the audience that it's meant to be humorous.
I do too.
Which just
Yeah,
makes it more fun.
yeah. I do think it was a lot of fun.
It was certainly effective because I remembered it from the first frame.
Yeah.
Almost a decade ago.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We're gonna jump into the second example. It's also a DirecTV ad. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, they're my favorite out of all. They're also really good examples.
When you have cable and your picture freezes, you get irritable. When you get irritable, your work suffers. When your work suffers, the wrong man is convicted. When the wrong man is convicted, he has time to think. When he has time to think, he thinks about you a lot. And when he thinks about you a lot, your house explodes. Don't have your house explode. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
That one, I think that one's slippery slope as well.
Yeah.
That slope
I
was
think
even
I have to
slippier.
concur.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, you get tired, your work starts failing, some guy blows up your house, you don't have DirecTV. I think that was super effective in my opinion right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, house or DirecTV? Which one?
Well, I mean, anything's better than cable.
I guess that's the point they made, right? Anything's better than cable.
Pretty iconic.
Yeah, that is very iconic. Do we still think it was effective as an advertisement?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. How do we think that we could change this to avoid using these slippery slope things? How was there like a possible different way to advertise than that?
I think that in this case, it's not necessarily a bad thing that it's an entire fallacy because the point is the marketing, not
Okay.
that those things are actually going to happen.
So you think they were actually doing it on purpose, right?
Yeah,
For
they were
this
being
device.
hyperbolic to
Yeah.
gain more
Yeah.
attention.
I really don't think they could have kept the core concept of the commercial without having that slippery slope fallacy.
Okay, it's just built off that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody took it like seriously. Like this is literally what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think like it's more just it's like making fun of this slippery slope.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't feel like there's a way to do that kind of
Okay.
advertisement without using it.
Okay, I can see that, yeah. Well, I think we all have our opinions out there. We had fun in our slippery slope of DirecTV commercials.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna end this little session here. Hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Just have a good day.
Peace.
Alright guys, welcome back to our third episode. You know, we're just gonna keep flying through these things like always. Glad you guys could also make it here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. See you're enjoying a nice snack of
Yeah,
Utz cheese balls.
not sponsored, by the way.
I wish. Alright, let's really just jump into it, guys. We're gonna be rolling over, unfortunately, another, not really DirecTV ad, but something that kind of goes towards DirecTV. Like I said, big spot in my heart, DirecTV.
Here's something DirecTV won't tell you. They hate puppies. Fact. They charge you every month for HD service. Fact. Time Warner Cable HD is free. saves you what could be hundreds of dollars. Fact. You could spend those hundreds of dollars on like a mountain of dog food. Fact. Puppies love dog food. Therefore, DirecTV hates puppies. Who hates puppies?
Free HD, DirecTV doesn't have it. Time Warner Cable Digital Cable does. Time Warner Cable, the power of
A
you.
little bit different than a DirecTV ad, and more of a DirecTV slander.
Yeah.
Like always, let's do the whole round table, starting with Liam.
I think that one was also slippery slope.
Slippery slope.
Yeah, he was following through all the points one after another. They're all kind of connected one after another as well.
Okay, kind of like the other DirecTV commercial.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Here you go there. I can see that.
To me, it also looked like a hasty generalization because they were just saying all these facts, and they were just saying it was a fact. But I don't even know the credibility of the person who was speaking.
That's true, yeah. You know, a lot of ads actually do that, and I think we might talk about that in a later episode about kind of how we're gonna be able to see if 9 out of 10 doctors actually recommend this, right? Like, who are the doctors?
Yeah.
But that's getting off topic for this episode. We'll move on to Paige. What did you think it was?
I was seeing some hasty generalization as well, because
Really?
he kept saying like fact, but there was no
Yeah.
evidence. He was really leaning into this idea of it being like facts.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to go against Brandon on this one, guys, and go with ad hominem, right?
Oh.
And I think the only reason I think it's ad hominem and not like slippery slope or generalization or something like that is the fact that this guy, he was holding the puppy and he's like, hey, playing off emotions. DirecTV hates puppies, right? DirecTV's a company. DirecTV can't hate puppies, right? So it's just completely illogical and not toward the argument at all.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, so...
I can really see that after
Yeah.
thinking about it a little bit harder.
Yeah. You know, that's what I think it was. I think it was a very effective as well for the audience. Because, I mean, who doesn't love puppies, right? Everyone loves a cute old puppy. So if you hate puppies, you're obviously a bad person.
I agree. Obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
You think there was any other way that Warner TV could have slandered DirecTV without using this?
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean, they're all, I feel like a lot of these are kind of just cut and dry. Like, they know what they're doing, right?
I mean, they were really leaning into the pathos with that one.
Yeah. Fact.
And I also feel like on like the DirecTV ones, it's intentionally doing that because
Yeah.
there's like a lot of clear jumps in logic throughout it that I feel like the audience can pick up on. That's meant to be humorous.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that. I mean, he looked very intense and pretty serious about that, though.
Yeah.
He was very serious. It almost read like a political commercial.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
did.
that's true. That was very intense for no reason.
Yeah.
I didn't know the heat of DirecTV and Warner that's that deep.
Yeah.
So we just spent a little bit longer on this one than I would have liked, so we're gonna have to run it along. We're gonna go onto a Fox News interview from a while ago. This one is like the only kind of political one, minus the Bush one, I guess. But we'll see what you guys think.
Well, Reza Aslan was a Christian but converted back to the faith of his forefathers. It's Islam. He has now written a book about Jesus. The book has become controversial as it calls into question some of the core tenets of Christianity. The book is called Zealot, The Life and Times of Jesus of Nazareth. And Reza joins me now from Los Angeles. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is an interesting book. Now, I want to clarify, you're a Muslim, so why did you write a book about the founder of Christianity?
Well, to be clear, I am a scholar of religions with 4 degrees, including one in the New Testament and fluency in Biblical Greek, who has been studying the origins of Christianity for 2 decades, who also just happens to be a Muslim. So it's not that I'm just some Muslim writing about Jesus. I am an expert with a PhD in the history of religions. But I have been obsessed with Jesus.
It still begs the question, why would you be interested in the founder of Christianity?
Because it's my job as an academic. I am a professor of religion, including the New Testament. That's what I do for a living, actually. So, I mean, it would be like asking a Christian why they would write a book about Islam. I'm not sure about that. But honestly, I've been obsessed with Jesus.
We'll just cut it there. I will have you guys know that's 1 minute and 22 seconds. This clip is 10 minutes long.
Oh, just dang.
This clip is 10 minutes long of this lady on Fox absolutely just not getting it. You guys can see on the clip too. Just look at his face, right? He's just so shocked. He's like, well, taken aback.
This is what you called me on for.
Yeah, I'm spending my time for this. Okay, let's get back onto it. What do we think it was, guys?
This one I definitely think is going to be ad hominem. The poor newscaster could not wrap it around her mind.
Yeah.
That despite him being an accomplished scholar of theocracy, theology, I mean, just the fact that he subscribed to a different religion completely invalidates his point of writing the book.
Absolutely, yeah. And you guys?
I don't know, the whole thing kind of also felt like a straw man to me, because he has all these qualifications, he's supposed to be talking about his book, and the entire first portion we saw was just the newscaster going, but you're a Muslim, how can that be possible? You couldn't write about Jesus, you're Muslim.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be true. I think there are some kind of overlappings in that, you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I saw it a little bit as a hasty generalization.
Yeah.
It's making a conclusion based on a stereotype.
Yeah, and maybe it's multiple things too, right? I will say with ad hominem on this one, at least that's what I think. Just because she's really couldn't get past the fact that he was Muslim. In this context, it really had like no basis because he had multiple PhDs in history and religion and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But if you guys, I would recommend watching the full clip. It's awful. it's so bad. How do we think this affected like her credibility as a reporter?
Negatively. Negatively to people who are not within the cult of Fox News. But yeah, I mean,
I feel like even for people watching that, she just would not get it. And he's like, I have all of these degrees, I know what I'm talking about, and 10 minutes of that, like...
It's 10 minutes.
Like, I don't think it reflects well on her
at all, yeah. Okay, I think that we're going to just cut it here. We're going a little over on time, but we did have some good conversations on that. Thank you guys for stopping by the podcast. We will catch you guys next time. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. We're gonna be episode 4 here, and instead of talking, introducing ourselves, you already know who we are. We're just gonna hop back into some ads. The first one we got is actually from Oral-B, and I found this one recently. But
Dad, this has dreadlocks. Consider this an intervention.
But I like my old brush.
That will remove 100% more plaque. Dad, I'm a dentist. Everyone's switching to electric with Oral-B. Even Dad.
Alright, that was our ad. It is an Australian Oral-B commercial. Oh, man. So, there was a logical fallacy in there, and it was a little bit hard to see because it was just based on one word. Right? So, let's go around the table and think what we saw in that video.
This one kind of lost me, I'm going to be honest.
Really?
It's kind of hard to figure out which fallacy's in there. I mean, she's a dentist.
Yeah.
So, maybe ad hominem?
Maybe. This one is a little tricky, I will say that.
Was it a hasty generalization? Because since she said she's a dentist, she obviously knows what the best toothbrush is.
I don't think so. That one. I didn't see that much, but it could be possible.
Paige, I guess maybe the false dilemma. Either right or wrong. Like you either use Oral-B or you're using the wrong thing.
That's true. It could be that, right? I simplified this one down to just the bandwagon one because, and the only way it would be fitting of the bandwagon one was because she said everyone is switching to Oral-B, right? It's like, hey, we're all doing this. You're weird if you don't do it, right? You gotta switch to Oral-B now.
Yeah.
I see that, especially at the end when she says, and even dad's doing it.
Even dad's doing it, right? Yeah, and dad's weird.
Yeah, the fact that he's a dentist just sprinkled on.
Yeah, it's just on top of
really
everything.
focus.
Yeah.
I see.
Do we think that they kind of meant to use that fallacy in this ad? Was it like a marketing ploy? Or?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I
they
think
played
so.
off of that?
Yeah.
Everyone does it, even dad's doing it. Like, that's the whole point of the commercial.
Okay, yeah. I do think it was very effective with what they did, too, and how they kind of used that. I think we're going to move on to the second ad. This one's also one of my favorites, or at least top 5 favorite ads. We're just going to get into it there. I'll put it on the screen for you guys.
All right, first day of school, Hunter. Remember to raise your hand in class so they see those cufflinks.
I look like our lawyer.
Exactly.
Why can't I just dress like them?
Them?
They look cool.
Excuse me, young people? Pardon me.
Mom.
No, darling, I have this.
Mom.
Where did you get these looks?
Old Navy?
The Navy. It's the Navy.
Old Navy, Mom.
Could you turn around for us? May we see the back?
Mom, please.
Hunter,
Mom.
Hunter, Mommy's speaking.
Mom,
Hunter.
it's my first
Hunter, let Mommy handle this. And how much for the denims?
$8.
$8?
This shirt was $4.
Uh-huh. And you do know that children who lie go to prison, right, Hunter? And does there happen to be any sort of a sale?
Yeah, all kids stuff is up to 60% off.
You're gonna be late today, Hunter. We're going to Old Navy.
Hunter, right? Hunter, that guy, man. I love Old
Hunter.
Navy. Yeah. Old Navy, great place. So, man, we can definitely tell how it's aged. You know, the little dubstep in there.
Oh, yeah.
Man. So, what do we think it was?
Well, I think for the audience, we'll really see this one. I definitely think that one's bandwagon.
Yeah.
You had the whole gaggle of children walking by, and
Yeah.
we're all getting all our clothes from Old Navy.
Mm-hmm. You could really see it in Hunter's face, and he was like, "Wow, I want to be like those guys, right?"
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah. Old Navy. What did you guys think about that ad?
Yeah, I think it was bandwagon too, because the whole beginning of the commercial was about the kid being like, I don't want to look like this, so I don't want to give anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you do that with Old Navy?
Yeah. You do that with Old Navy. $8, $4. Cool. Paige?
Yeah, I feel like I saw mostly bandwagon in that one as well.
Yeah.
Because it really was just like wanting to be with the cool kids.
Yeah, right. That was hilarious. Yeah, that's. I think it's really just plain and simple, right?
Yeah.
It was cut and dry with that one.
Pretty on the nose.
Yeah, I think it was an effective marketing ploy. You know, Old Navy was kind of in that commercial seen as down to earth, right? Because you have Hunter, who's like this fancy guy. I look like my lawyer.
Yeah.
Right, and then you got the cool dubstep kids.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
so name them
cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool for that era, right?
Yeah.
The dubstep kids.
Yeah. Oh man, I think it was a really effective marketing device too.
Yeah.
But
Do you think there's any fixes?
any fixes for that? I mean, with this too, I think there really is no way of fixing, because I guarantee, like the people in the marketing team know they're using these devices and they're actually basing it on these devices here.
Yeah.
So I don't really think there's a way to kind of fix it.
It's interesting because I feel like there's a lot of clothing ads that kind of fall into like two camps. Either like you're gonna be so individual, or you're gonna be like with the cool kids.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
How like both of those are used.
Kind of see the difference, yeah. I'd have to see that. But I think we're gonna have to cut that one here. I think we kind of beat a dead horse in the bandwagon here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us on our 4th podcast. We'll see you for the 5th one, and yeah. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. This is our 5th and almost our final episode. It's going to be our last episode going over fallacies.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, kind of unfortunate. Got used to our little group here. Well, let's just hop into it then, you know. We're going to be going over 2 ads today. The first one is going to be an ad from Axe, actually, back in the 2000s.
when a cold chill begins to burn at your very soul. That's the sweet touch of love. Oh, when just a drop of a name begins to sting your very toe. That's the sweet touch of love. Oh, yes it is. Just the thought of not seeing you would blow my mind.
Alright, well, that was our ad. This was the dark chocolate ad from Axe.
One of my favorites.
So we're just gonna go ahead and throw it on the table again, as always. This one's kind of hard to figure out, but I think I'll get there.
I kind of want to say bandwagon. I mean,
really? How would that be? How would you?
You know, you smell good. People want to be around you. They want to smell good. That kind of deal. I think it kind of was subtly hitting on that.
Okay.
I think probably the only thing I could see it falling under would probably be like hasty generalization, just because I didn't see the other ones there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that one was kind of hard. I think maybe hasty generalization as well. Because it's like, though I could see bandwagon too, because it's like, look at how cool I am and all the women I get.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hard.
Yeah, and this is coming from an Axe fragrance company, you know, where they're really just appealing to the masculine, like, idea of, oh, get all these girls. I was labeling this one as hasty generalization, and the reason I did that was because Axe is trying to sell to their market, right, the men, that, all women love chocolate, right? Look at our chocolate Axe spray, right? If you spray some of this on you, they're all gonna be flocking to you. That's the video was showing, right? That's the hasty generalization.
Yeah, I can see that.
I agree with that too, because it wasn't really bandwagony, because it was kind of focusing on how individual the person was after using the spray.
Yeah, that's a good point.
See, yeah. So, do we think it was effective?
Well, I mean, I remember being in locker rooms in middle school.
So I guess it was effective, right? Huh? Oh man. We have a second one too.
Oh,
excuse me. This one's actually coming from a 1960s Batman show.
Oh.
So we're gonna blast the past. We'll just throw that up. Watch this here.
Holy Heidelberg, what'd you do that for?
I'm afraid we've been drugged, Robin.
I guess you could never trust a woman.
You made a hasty generalization, Robin. It's a bad habit to just get into. But in this situation, it's entirely apropos.
All right, so this is definitely a clip that has aged a little bit.
Yeah, that's very 1960s.
It's definitely 1960s, and that was a pretty rough commercial. I'm still thinking hasty generalization.
Yeah.
Maybe because
And
Batman.
quote, you can't trust a woman.
Yeah, you can't trust a woman, right? That's crazy how far we've come since that era of shows. Like, man. Definitely hasty generalization, though, right? He's like, oh, you can't trust any woman. That was Jesus,
quite
Robin.
hasty.
Yeah.
Do we think that there was any other way that we could have fixed this?
Maybe they could say, don't trust women with poisoned claws.
Yeah, or don't trust this criminal, right?
Or shoehorned in a cat joke.
Yeah, right? This
Instead
cat
of
has claws.
Making a joke at the expense of women.
Expensive women, right? It's like, man, that's...
Yeah.
And I haven't seen the rest of that, but I don't know how relevant her being a woman is to the rest of the scene. So I feel like they could just, cut that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's Catwoman. She's like a burglar, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Batman and Robin. It's like, I shouldn't have trusted the obvious burglar, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like, this woman, she poisoned me. Jesus, Batman. Okay. I think it was also just part of the time too, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You have anything else you want to go over on this hasty generalization?
No.
All right. Well, I think that'll be it for us then on this final podcast over logical fallacies.
Peace.
Yep. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Welcome back to our final episode of our podcast. Sorry to end it here, but we covered all the content we had for this review and for this inspection here on our fallacies and ads as well as speeches and stuff. We're gonna go over a couple of points I have jotted down over here, and we're just gonna kind of look back at all those ads that we watched and all those logical fallacies, you know, kind of chew it and get our own opinions on it and then just discuss it. I'll start us off with this question here. So what are some patterns across different media types and contexts that we saw?
Well, I kind of noticed most of the clips that we went through over the course of this series were mostly speeches and ads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And those two really kind of correlate in that somebody's trying to sell you something.
Absolutely, yeah, I do agree with that.
Whether it's an idea or a product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think bandwagon is like one of the most really effective literary devices too, or one of those fallacies, because people don't want to be left out. You know, they want to be part of a group or something. What did you guys kind of see?
Some different patterns. I think another big one would probably just be, especially in political, like the political ones, was the moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're either with this or you're not with this, right?
Exactly.
I do think that one sparked like patriotism and stuff like that.
It's extremely polarizing.
Yeah,
Politics is extremely polarizing.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like I noticed, and especially the ads, a lot of them try to draw attention to the fact that they're using a fallacy to be funny, but they're still relying on this fallacy to be persuasive.
So it's kind of ironic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was definitely seeing that entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna kind of shift into what's the psychology behind these things? Why do we think these fallacies work?
Well, I think particularly with like the bandwagon, you know, we're social critters.
Of course we are.
And you know, it's intrinsic to us that we don't want to be left out of the group.
Yeah.
And so that really hits home for a lot of people psychologically.
I do agree with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? What do you think some of the psychology behind this is?
Yeah, really, the whole thing with fallacies is just to kind of put logic in front of you that seems good enough at first glance, and that you don't really think about it more.
Yeah.
Like with the moral dilemma, those aren't really your only two choices. With slippery slope, that's not really how those things lead into each other if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's meant to pass if you don't think too deeply.
Yeah.
Which plays into us being trusting and social creatures.
Yeah. I definitely, especially for those ads, they knew what they were doing, right? And it wasn't used in like a malicious way, right? It was more used in an ironic way.
Yeah, and like especially with the political ones with the ads too, I feel like they're relying a lot on the assumptions they can make about the public. So they create almost these archetypes of these typical viewers, right?
Yeah.
And especially with the Bush one, he's like thinking about how the general public feels, and he's trying to appeal to their patriotism.
Yeah.
So it's like focusing on what's important to people.
Yeah.
I feel like is what
I completely agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. So how do these fallacies kind of distort our perception of reality?
Well, I really think that they're a very efficient tool to progress your rhetoric into your audience.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
You really kind of hit home on their pathos.
Yeah.
Using fallacies.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's really it's almost like, you know, a big driver to get rhetoric into
Oh, yeah.
the audience.
And those are super effective fallacies, especially when like you're talking politics, right?
Products?
Yeah. You know, trying to talk to big groups. That's definitely effective. What do you think?
Yeah, I think just focusing on the problem of it being widespread
Yeah.
is the bigger issue. Like, if people are used to seeing, like, moral dilemmas, for example, and they're not used to questioning it because no one really questions moral dilemmas, it's kind of just normalizing everybody to be more susceptible to that because we've already let it past our radar. It's not something we want. It's not something that's like, we don't have a gut reaction when we see a moral dilemma to be like, well, why are those the only two options?
So you're saying it's just so widespread right now that it's just normalized, right?
Yeah, you don't really think about it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, I can definitely see how that would work too, and it comes into play with our media too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like social media is so widespread these days, and everything is just so fast paced with their communication that these fallacies are just everywhere, man. So
Yeah, I feel like you guys all said that really well, but I definitely think in regards to like social media and how, I mean, we're exposed to this like every single day you open up your phone. It's just really created a polarized environment for people where everyone's relying heavily on these fallacies to build up some part of their like identity almost, if that makes sense.
And we're more susceptible than ever to these fallacies because of
how often
how
we're exposed.
invasive.
Yeah.
So that's how it kind of affects us as a people, right? We're kind of having these ads and expecting these ads to tell us how to think and be, right?
Exactly.
What we should want. I definitely agree, and that's scary to think about, you know, about how much control these ads kind of have over your life, and they're all subconscious too, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously, you're not gonna be like, oh man, I don't have DirecTV. I really hope I don't get beat up in a parking lot, right?
Yeah.
But you're still thinking about DirecTV.
Yeah, and it really ties it down to, like, in marketing, what they say marketing really is it's creating a need for somebody so they can sell you a product to fulfill the need that you didn't have before.
Dude, yeah, it's a great way to put it. Yeah. I'm gonna just transition really quickly. Do you think there's any way we can develop some sort of like immunity or like how can we fix the way we look at these fallacies, right? How can we kind of draw attention to them throughout our day to day?
I think just cognizance of them,
really,
being able to identify them, to know when they're used, and then you can kind of get the point of that piece of media. You know, you can get what they're trying to sell you, trying to get you an idea, trying to convince you. I feel like just the cognizance and awareness of them is probably going to be the biggest driver of almost an immunity.
Yeah, just paying attention, right? You know, looking more into these things, being more involved in it. Yeah, agree with that.
And yeah, in different words, it's almost just critical thinking. You know, thinking, why are they saying this message to me? Why are they trying to make me think this is a slippery slope if I don't have DirecTV?
He's got to be a little skeptical about it, you know?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the rise of companies like taking advantage of influencers, that's just the new version of bandwagon.
Yeah, that's true. That's new version of bandwagon, right?
Yeah, like the Sheen hauls. Like, I don't know people in real life who actually buy that stuff, but apparently according to influencers, everybody does it. Everybody loves those big holes.
Yeah.
And with the influencer thing, it really makes me think of like skincare or like hair care kind of things, where it's trying to be like, it's hard to explain, but like, these are the things that are gonna make you look young forever or whatever.
Yeah, right. And, look at this person here. She uses it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like that's really trying to prey on people's need to be accepted.
Absolutely.
But like, with how invasive, you know, all of these communication methods are in our lives now, how are these fallacies, do you think, like changing our perception of truth?
How are they changing our perception of truth?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, I definitely do think that bandwagon is one of the more major things that affects our day-to-day life. I mean, think of just our political system, right? You're either left or you're right. You're either Democrat or you're Republican, right? And it's like no matter what speech you see these days, like you're either with us or you're against us, you know? And I feel like that really is the main thing that affects our perception of the truth, right? because you're thinking, oh man, well, if all these guys are here, right?
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, this is the truth and this is the whole thing. Well, this must be it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you see a lot of hasty generalization in that too, where it's like everybody has an assumption of what people they disagree with look like. And it's like, like they think this, and this, but usually people are a lot more complex and individual than that.
And it's almost like that Fox News clip we looked at, especially with a lot of the post 9/11 Islamophobia, and Fox kind of taking the reins on that. It was almost a very good example of, who should I believe? What should I believe about these people, this group of people? Oh, just what I'm being told, when it could or could not be the truth. It could just be some rhetoric somebody's trying to push.
Absolutely. And just gonna conclude it by saying, rhetoric is one of the most, if not the most powerful, device ever used for communication. Because it really just shapes everything around us and how we communicate. For better or for worse. I just want to thank you guys for joining me on this little study, this little podcast that we're doing here.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. As always, I'm Isaiah.
Liam.
Michael.
Paige.
And this was our project on logical fallacies in advertisements and media. Thanks for watching.